What are we looking for? Dogs.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Barry, and we back on Bird's Eye View with it. Like always, appreciate the love and support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop what you're doing, smash the like button, smash subscribe button, hop in the comment section, comment whatever you want. Of course, we're dropping daily bangers day by day. You know we got news of the day coming out of Colorado, and we're gonna jump right into it, dog. So of course we back with another recap with this Colorado football program. As always, shout out Well Off Media, Reach the People Media, for providing us phenomenal footage each and every day. Of course, we're one more wake up away from our matchup on the road against the Kansas Jayhawks. Of course, they're coming in at 4-6, 3-4 in the conference. Now, this is a situation where you cannot look at their record. You pretty much throw their record out the window. For whatever it's worth, they're pretty much the best 4-win team in the country. They have back-to-back ranked wins. Obviously, they beat Iowa State at home 45-36. Then they went on the road and beat a BYU team 17-13. So again, back-to-back ranked wins, two different type of fashions. They had pretty much a shootout with Iowa State where they had to put up 40 plus points to win a ball game, and then they had pretty much a slugfest, a defensive slugfest against BYU where they won that football game 17-13. 5 of their losses this season have been by 6 or fewer points. Again, they've won 3 out of their last 4. The only loss that they had in that 4 games was a 2-point loss to Kansas State. So they've been playing some really good football here down the stretch. So again, that 4-6 record, you can pretty much throw that out the window here. They pretty much have a must-win ball game because they're trying to get bowl eligible, right? They got to get to that 6-win mark, which means they have to win the last 2 games of their season, and they're attempting to do so. So this is going to be a game where we're going to definitely, again, we're on the road playing at Arrowhead Stadium, home of the Kansas City Chiefs. On the road, of course, we've been dominant on the road all season, so not really worried about a road environment. Honestly, at this point, this team has shown that we can take care of business on the road. Let's get to the keys to victory for this Kansas matchup. Starting with us on offense, we have to convert on third down. That's just something that we just have to do. We are 5 of 24 our last 2 games on third down. Again, that's just not running football. Too many 3 and outs. We do have to take advantage of our opportunities on third down and convert on third down here. We need to score early, right? Take some of the crowd momentum away from the game. Again, we're on the road. When we can score early, kind of get the momentum on our side early, make them play a little bit more catch up. I believe that'll help us as well. We need to establish a consistent run game. Of course, we have the return of Michael Welch this week. Coach Prime has already verified that. So we get a 1-2 punch right with Michael Welch. And of course, Isaiah Augusta, Dylan Hayden would also be sprinkled in the mix there as well. But getting Michael Welch back will help us improve our run numbers for sure. We need to keep Shador upright, right? We can say that each and every week. But when you have the best quarterback in the country and explosive NFL weapons on the outside of him, you just got to keep your QB1 upright and allow him to pick apart the defense. We need to feed LeJounte, right? Their 2 best corners primarily play on the outside, right? Of course, we all know Melo Dyson, Kobe Bryant. They are mainly playing on the outside. They don't really play in the slot too much. So I feel like LeJounte Wester here can eat in this game here. He's one of the best slot wide receivers in the country. Going up against a team that doesn't cover the slot all too well, I feel like we can attack them there. Let's switch over to the defensive side of the ball, right? Let's not get beat by the quarterback run. Of course, our defense, as great as our defense has been all season, the 2 weaknesses of our defense, right, has been covering the running back out of the backfield and controlling the quarterback run. And of course, they do have a dual threat quarterback, right, in Jalen Daniels that can definitely get the job done with his legs. So we can't get beat by the quarterback run. We got to play disciplined football with our assignments and with penalties as well too. Of course, penalties can definitely crush you, especially on the road, right? Gets the fans involved. I mean, on the road, you got to play a little bit more clean. You got to play clean regardless when you're playing anybody, right, on home or away. But definitely on the road, you got to make sure you play clean, right? So we just got to make sure we play disciplined football. We got to create turnovers, okay? This is an opportunistic defense. We've been creating turnovers all year. So we just got to continue that. We got to make sure that we pressure Jalen Daniels. He's not good under pressure at all. A lot of quarterbacks aren't. But when I break down his passing pressure chart, you guys can see the numbers under pressure and how low his completion percentage is. And of course, just continue to fly around, be physical, and tackle well. I mean, this defense has been doing a phenomenal job each and every week. It seems like we get better and better, and we're going to wreak havoc for sure with this defense. And I'm just looking forward to this matchup. Of course, with special teams, right? We got to continue to be special. Mata, Gerlach, Mark. I mean, just continue to do what you guys have done up until this point. We've had some downs we had a lot of ups, and that's the main thing. So let's continue to be great on special teams. Let's switch over to the impact players for Kansas. And of course, we're gonna start at quarterback with Jalen Daniels, 6'2", 220 redshirt junior out of Lawndale, California. In 2024, so far, he's 145 of 256, 1,985 yards, 13 touchdowns. He does have 10 interceptions. He's completing 57% of his passes, averaging about 198.5 yards per game. Now, he does have 82 carries on the year, which is second most for the Jayhawks. 338 yards rushing, third most. He has 6 touchdowns on the ground. That's second most on the team. He averages 4.1 yards per carry, 33.8 yards per game. When you look at his passing pressure chart, of course, when he's kept clean, like all quarterbacks, numbers look a lot better. Obviously, completing 63.5% of his passes when kept clean for about 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns. He does have 6 interceptions, though, when he's kept clean. Now, look at the numbers when he's under pressure, right? He's completing 32% of his passes under pressure, less than 300 yards, only 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. As you see, there's a lot of red, right? A lot of burnt orange to red on that chart there when he's under pressure. Same thing when he's blitzed as opposed to not blitzed. When he's blitzed, he's only completing about half of his passes, right, for 662 yards, 3 interceptions there, 5 touchdowns. So as you see, with a defense like ours that leads the Big 12 in sacks, we're one of the best sacking defenses in the country. That will pose a problem for opposing quarterbacks. And if we can pressure Jalen Daniels tomorrow, we'll be in great shape. As you see the passing concept here, when it comes to like play action versus no play action, screen versus no screen, you'll be able to see these numbers here. All in all, man, like I said, it's going to be a type of ball game where we're going to definitely have to control his legs for sure, because of course the tape is out there, right, where we struggle at on defense. So we're definitely have to control his legs. As you see his passing depth, he's a little bit better down the field than some of the quarterbacks that we face this season. Still not, eye-popping numbers, right? When you look at, 20 plus yards down the field, he's only completing 35.6% of his passes. He has 21 completions. 6 of those are touchdowns. He does have 4 interceptions there. As you see, a lot of his damage where he's best at, obviously, is behind the line of scrimmage and short, right? So he has 61 completions, anywhere between 0 to 9 yards on the field. And then obviously behind the line of scrimmage, he has 33. So those are 2 highest completion that he has. And of course, he has his 2 highest completion percentage. So he mainly likes to work the short game, obviously. And then you'll see here where he likes to work at the most when it comes to the short game and behind the line of scrimmage. Obviously, behind the line of scrimmage center is where he likes to eat at a lot more. And then when you look at short right, short center, short left, that's pretty much where he's attacking. So, I mean, a lot of his success, a lot of his production is not beating guys downfield, not beating teams downfield. So, and we have some great corners on the outside. Let's keep it rolling, dog. At running back, Devin Neal, 5'11", 215 senior out of Lawrence, Kansas. Now, he's Kansas' all-time leading rusher. He has Kansas records in rushing touchdowns, rushing yards, scrimmage touchdowns, and 100-yard games as well. He was a preseason All-American. He was all Big 12. In 2023, last season, 203 carries, 1,280 yards, 16 touchdowns. Has rushed for at least 700 yards and 8 touchdowns in every season since 2021. He will soon have his 3rd straight 1,000-yard season. Right now in 2024, he has 162 carries, 926 yards, 12 touchdowns. He averages 5.7 yards per carry, averages 92.6 yards per game. As you look at his rushing by direction here, now obviously, as you see, they've ran him on a couple jet sweeps, but there's only been 2, one jet sweep to the left, one jet sweep to the right, so they don't really use him there. Honestly, they mainly use him up the middle. As you see, middle left, middle right is a brunt of his carries are there, and yards as well too. He likes to run to the left, but mainly when he's running to the left is between the left guard or it's around the left end. And then as you see, when he runs to the right, it's mainly around the right end when he does run to the right. Most of his first downs come from around the right end. And as you see here, a brunt of his touchdowns as well either come from the right side or the middle. So it's kind of versatile though, because you do see there are 5 touchdowns, right? So about half of his touchdowns come on the left side. So it's pretty balanced, right? It's gonna be a pretty balanced attack, right or left but we'll be able to get the job done. I won't say he's the best running back, but the Big 12 is loaded with running backs, dog. And he's a good one. We're definitely going to take care of business there. At wide receiver, Luke Grimm, 6 foot, $190 senior out of Raymore, Missouri. 2023 finished second on the team in receptions with 33. He was third in yards with 555. He tied for the team lead in 6 touchdowns. Now in 2024, he pretty much leads the team in every wide receiver category. Leads us in catches with 44, leads him in yards with 582, touchdowns with 6. His longest reception is 70 yards. He averaged 58.2 yards per game. Definitely going to take care of business there. Let's keep it rolling here. On defense, right? They have a linebacker, J.B. Brown, 6'2", 230 senior out of Hughes, Arkansas. In 2023, finished third on the team in tackles. Now in 2024, he leads the team in tackles with 63. He also has 8 tackles for loss. That ranks second. They actually have 3 total guys with 8 or more tackles for loss. He has 4 sacks on the team. That's second most on the team right now. They have 2 guys currently with 5.5 sacks. Now, Jareem Robinson and Dean Miller both have at least 8 tackles for loss. Dean has 8 and Robinson has 8.5. And then they both have 5.5 sacks. When you look at corner, right, that's part of their defense. It's the 2 corners that they have. They have 2 NFL corners. Let's start with Kobe Bryant, 6 foot, $175 senior out of Evergreen, Alabama. In 2022 and 2023, first team All Big 12. Since 2021, at least 2 interceptions per season. Has 13 total interceptions. In 2024, 32 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and half a sack. He has 4 interceptions, 4 PBUs, and he also has 1 forced fumble as well. Now, 3 of those interceptions did come in one game against Houston. He's a very long arm corner that uses his length to his advantage. He tracks the ball well in the air also. Now, he doesn't have the best long speed. You'll see that on tape. Does show some inconsistent technique at times, which put him in bad positions to make plays. But at the end of the day, he can make some plays when the opportunities present themselves. And this is going to be a fun matchup to see him and Trav go back and forth, right? I know there's been some talk back and forth on Twitter, this and third, but yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see this matchup here. They got another great corner, another good one with cornerback Mello Dotson, 6'1", $190 senior out of Daytona Beach, Florida. Now in 2023, he was also All Big 12. He is the Kansas school record holder for pick sixes. He has 4 of those. In 2023, 4 interceptions, 2 of those went for touchdowns. He had 11 PBUs. He led the team there. In 2024, 41 tackles, 5 interceptions. 2 of those have been for touchdowns. He has back-to-back games with an interception. He has 6 PBUs as well. He was Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week for the Iowa State performance. He has plus ball production, right? 12 career interceptions, 36 total passes defended, smooth back pedal and transition when flipping his hips. Now, he doesn't have great play strength, can struggle at times in man coverage with bigger wide receivers. Now, he plays with bad eyes at times as well, too. I also saw that on tape. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, they got 2 NFL corners, right? And we have multiple NFL wide receivers, so it's going to be a fun matchup, dog. It's going to be a fun matchup watching those 2 corners go up against this explosive wide receiver core that we have in Colorado. Now, let's keep it moving with the PFF rankings, right? So right now, currently, the updated PFF rankings, we are number 1 in the Big 12 at 90.6. Kansas is number 4 at 87.9. Currently, right now, they have the number 1 ranked offense at 85.2. We're number 2 at 81.6. As far as passing, we're number 1 at 90 even, and they're all the way down at number 12 at 69.7. When it comes to pass blocking, we are at number 11 at 74.8, and they are number 9 at 75.5. When it comes to receiving, we're number 2 at 79.1, and they are number 8 at 71.5. When it comes to rushing, we are number 12 here at 76.9, and they're actually number 3 at 87.8. Run blocking, we are at number 12 at 59. They're at number 1 at 82.9. On defense, we're number 1 at 90 flat, and they rank number 11 at 76.4. When we look at run defense, we're tied for first with UCF at 87.8, and they are at number 13 at 72.5. When we look at tackling, we are number 3 at 75 flat, and they are number 11 here at 62.3. We look at pass rush, we're number 1 at 75.2, and they are ranked number 7 here at 67 flat. And lastly, when you look at coverage, we're number 2 at 89.4, and they're number 11 here at 73.1. So it should be a pretty interesting matchup for sure. Like I said, it's going to be exciting on the outside to watch 2 NFL corners go up against multiple NFL wide receivers with an NFL quarterback as well. It's going to be fun in an NFL stadium too. I mean, it's everything that you want, right? for this type of matchup. Two teams that definitely need a win. They need a win for they to be bowl eligible, right? Because they're trying to win 6 games. They only have 4, so they got to win their last 2. So they're in a must-win situation, and so are us. And we're in a must-win situation as well too. We got all our goals and dreams and aspirations are right in front of us, and we can't accomplish those without going 1-0 this week. So I'm looking forward to the matchup. Of course, I believe this Colorado Buffalo team will take the victory here. I believe we will win this ball game 38-21. I'm going Buffs here. Not gonna keep you long. Just want to bring you guys another phenomenal update. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what time it is, dog. Bird's eye view, man.